So on the... Thank you very much. Bugan. Patriots, we met this friendly police here. We wanted to go to the Muslims side. We wanted to go and see even Al-Aqsa, because I've got a song I'll send you about Al-Aqsa that Kala once sent me. One of the most beautiful songs sung by Muslims. But unfortunately, we are not allowed to go in now. We are only Muslims are allowed to go in now. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, 7 till 11. We can come here at 7 till 11. But we got other programs. We'll try to come on time. But they graciously allowed us to tell you. And only Muslims can go in now, here in Israel, to go and pray. That Muslims can only come in tomorrow at 7 to 11. We would really have loved to show you the foundation stone.
It's the holiest site to Jews and the third holiest site to Muslims.
It's the holiest site to Jews and the third holiest site to Muslims. But yeah, salute, Patriots.
You can see a little bit of it up there.
Yeah.
We can hear the muezzin singing.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. It is exactly 8:44, and I think that clip was pretty self-explanatory. That was Gayton McKenzie and his team from the PA here in South Africa, the political party. They are in Israel. They are supposedly visiting Israel to find out how coalition parties work, much to the disappointment of us South Africans who support the Palestinian cause wholeheartedly, and we will continue to do so. I think the general feeling here by like-minded people in South Africa is that Gayton McKenzie and his team should not have gone to Israel on this supposed fact-finding mission on how coalitions work. And from the clip, what we've picked up, as I've said, is self-explanatory, is that Gayton McKenzie and his team wanted to visit Al-Aqsa Mosque, but they were in fact denied entrance because it obviously was possibly the time for Salah. And because of that, they were not allowed in. But let's get a clearer picture from Sister Abeer Zayyad. She is based in Jerusalem at the Al-Aqsa Mosque. She's an archaeologist and a historical expert, and she is there on a regular basis. In fact, she works at the Al-Aqsa Mosque. So she was also, as you know, a recent visitor of Salam Media here to South Africa on a speaking tour to give us the facts and figures on the ground from a Muslim perspective of the situation of Al-Aqsa. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Abeer Zayyad. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum assalam. Before we start about why he was denied and what the historical background and the politician background because of that, but I noticed that he said that he wants to visit the foundation stone, which I do not understand what he mean with the foundation stone. Which foundation stone he's speaking about? Can you clear that for me?
I have no idea. I actually think he himself is confused. He's obviously referring to the Jewish narrative, which he probably was fed by the Israelis or wherever he picked up that narrative from, that the foundation stone supposedly is the holiest site for the Israelis, and then the third holiest site for us as Muslims. So he seemed to have his facts all confused or muddled up, because it doesn't make sense to me either, unless he's referring to the time of Sulaiman alayhi salam when that first temple was built. I'm not sure.
Okay, I just to explain this first before we go to the
Absolutely.
politicians. There is nothing from archaeological point of view is going back to Sulaiman alayhi salam time, and there is nothing in Al-Aqsa Mosque called the foundation stone or something like that. So I don't know from where his narrative is coming and what he's speaking about the foundation stone, but we can make it very, very clear from archaeological point of view. The oldest archaeological remain is going back to Roman time, to a Palestinian guy that he was a king during the Roman time. His name is Herod, and that's the oldest in around Al-Aqsa Mosque, in the walls of Al-Aqsa Mosque. Inside Al-Aqsa Mosque, there is nothing oldest than that. And the buildings are an Islamic building. For us as a Muslim, this place is not the third holy place. It's not like that. It's Al-Aqsa Mosque is our first Qibla. It's the land of Al-Isra wal Mi'raj. It's the land of the prophets for us. And we believe that each inch of Al-Aqsa Mosque is a place of one of the prophets. So it's a very, very, very holy place for us. And it's not less than Mecca and Al-Medina. So to make it very clear for them. Now to go back to why tourists and what the time for the tourists and who are controlling this. In fact, tourists before occupation was allowed to enter to Al-Aqsa Mosque most of the time, not just in the time of the prayer was not allowed. After the occupation, the things start to be changed, mainly because it started the Zionist movement and their goals about Al-Aqsa Mosque. But the main change for the visiting of Al-Aqsa Mosque changed in 2000. But before we arrive to 2000, you need to understand that a lot of accidents that had already happened by people who enter as a tourist to Al-Aqsa Mosque, like in 1969, an Australian Zionist, a Christian Zionist, his name is Michael Rohan, that he entered inside Al-Aqsa Mosque and he started fire inside Al-Aqsa and damaged a lot of historical places in their historical remains. Also, that a lot of settlers had entered as a tourist and they shoot Palestinian people and kill them inside Al-Aqsa Mosque, and a lot of them also try to enter with bombs inside Al-Aqsa Mosque to demolish it. So in 2000, Ariel Sharon, the Israel president, the previous president, he entered to Al-Aqsa Mosque with the willing of putting the first stone to start building the new temple. And of course, Palestinian refused that, and we protest. So Israel army attacked the Palestinian, and they start shooting the Palestinian inside Al-Aqsa Mosque. And you need to know that we does not have any kind of weapon. So they killed part from us, and 100 of us was injured in 2000. And after that, we decide that we does not want any tourists to enter inside Al-Aqsa Mosque because Zionists are using that for attacking the mosque and killing us and trying to demolish the mosque. So Israel at 2000 decide to open the Moroccan gate by them without any consulting with the Muslims, to open the Moroccan gate and to allow for tourists to enter from it. And they, the one who decide that non-Muslims are not allowed to enter from any other gates. And they, the one who would decide the time. We all the time fighting against what Israel doing, especially that they do not clarify for the tourists that they are entering to Al-Aqsa Mosque, how to respect the place and how much holy is this place for us. For example, the way of dressing, the way of acting, smoking, how they taking the photos. Some of them they doing prayings for other religions inside the mosque. You need to understand, like any church, they have rules. For example, some of the church, they say there is no allowed for speaking inside the church. You need to respect that. And we have laws also for us inside the mosque, and you need to respect that. But Israel, of course, does not allow for non-Muslims to enter from the gates, and they allowed only from one gate, which is the Moroccan gate. So this is our controlled completely by Zionists, and they are the one who allowed or not allowed for them. We as a Muslim, we are refusing the entering of tourists at all now because we does not want Israel to control it. We want to be in our law, in our respecting, in our definition how to visit and to respect the place. So now we have something which is for politicians that are supported and education are supported for Palestinian, that they can come as a Muslim visitors on us. So if you are Christian or whatever your religion, you can contact the Islamic Waqf and tell whom you are and why you are visiting, and we have you as a guest on us, and you will enter from our gates, and you will be with us in all the buildings inside as a guest on us. So you will not enter from their gates, and you will be respecting the way of dressing, the way of acting that we ask you to do it as a place, holy place for us. So it's a complete a politician issue connected with the control of Israel. Israel all the time, especially the police, try to show like if it's a racist against non-Muslims, and this is not correct at all. We as a Muslim and Christian in Palestine, we all, especially in Jerusalem, all of us had been raised inside Al-Aqsa Mosque as Muslim and as a Christian, and we spent all our childhood inside. So it's for us is a place that for all Palestinian. It does not matter what is your religion, but these things it's happened because of the acting of the Zionists against Al-Aqsa Mosque and against Muslim. You does not need to forget how many people was killed from us by these people, and how many times the damages had happened, and how many times we stopped bombing the place. So it's a politician issue, and we would like to have visitors from all over the world, but under our control, not under the occupation control, and with the respecting of the place and our religion.
So, Abeer, for example, thank you, Alhamdulillah, for that. You really explained it very, very succinctly. Shukran, it clarifies that situation for us. If visitors go through the Moroccan gate, they will be controlled by the Israelis, and they will be given the Israeli narrative on their tour. They'll be given a totally different side of the narrative to what the Muslim perspective would be. So when Muslims come through the other gates, how will they be verified that they are in fact Muslim? Because a name doesn't necessarily indicate whether you're Muslim or not. How do you verify that? And just once again, re-emphasize how different those two narratives are.
Okay. First of all, the Israeli police, they stop each one are entering to Al-Aqsa Mosque, and sometimes they do not allow even for Muslims to enter, especially the Palestinian guys that they are coming from the West Bank or Gaza, sometimes from Jerusalem. If they does not want us to enter, even if we are Muslims, they do not allow for us to enter. So it's completely controlled by them. And they check that with the identity card, with the checking the name, with checking sometime asking you to read some of the Quran or asking you some of the question. Our guards, which will be sitting inside, will check if you are Muslim or not, because they are afraid from the killing, from the attacking, from such thing. So it's different perspective that it's happened for so the first it will be the Israeli army, Israeli police. It will be two different kinds of Israeli military at the entrance, and they will check if you are Muslims or not, and they will allow for non-Muslims to go through the Moroccan gate. And also it's a non-Palestinian. So if you are Palestinian and Christian, you will not be allowed to enter from the Moroccan quarter, the Moroccan gate. So the Moroccan gate, they control it since 1967. So they check it in more than one way, and after that they will allow for you to enter or not. This is first. The narrative is completely different narrative, because Israel is depending on the narrative that this place is the first Sulaiman temple, and that they was here before 3,000 years. And now archaeology is saying something else completely. Archaeology now say that there is no evidence for existing the Jew before 3,000 years in Palestine, and there is no building in the area of Al-Aqsa Mosque in that time. And of course, this is completely different than the narrative that Israel are saying for the people. Of course, we does not deny that there was a Jew in a historical period of time in Palestine, but that was not before 3,000 years. It was almost 500 BC, and it's okay that a third of the Palestinians, they become Jewish, and after that the majority of us shift to become Christian, and after that the majority of us shift to become Muslims. So changing our religion does not changing our ethnic, and all of you, if you go back to your ancestors, you will find that you was having a different religion even before Christianity.
Absolutely.
So changing your religion does not changing your ethnic at all. So this is first. Second, that let's say that they occupied us before 3,000 years, even that they does not have any archaeological evidence for it. I think a lot of country, like for example, let's take UK. UK was occupied from Italy before 2,000 years, and it was proved that Rome was occupying Britain. So do you think that the Britain have the right now to kick out the Italian have the right to kick out the Britain people from their country because they was occupied it once before 2000? Of course not. And let's say about religion. Now, if anyone, for example, decide that he want to believe in the gods of the Vikings, does have the right to kick out the Swedish people from their country because he becoming the religion of the Vikings, and the Swedish now are Christian? So it does not make a sense. And now we see how people and the double standard in the world about the Ukrainian war and refusing the occupation. So why it's okay to occupy us? Why it's okay to attack our places? As we are speaking today, we have a huge issue, not on a mosque, in a church in Haifa, that Zionists are attacking the church for the third time in this month, trying to demolish the church. So where are these people about what's happening against the churches? The churches are in danger situation in Palestine. The Zionists are attacking the churches all the time. They had been attacked many main churches inside Jerusalem, and now they are attacking churches in Nazareth, in Haifa, and this is something are not accepted at all. Palestinian people, Muslims and Christians, are willing to protect the churches and protect the mosques. We are not accepting any demolishing, any attacking for any church or any mosque. This is something we refuse it. We as a Palestinian, we have the right to live in our country. We have the right of freedom of our religion. We have the right to protect our holy places and our mosques and our churches.
Abeer Zayyad, alhamdulillah, what an insight. And obviously this is all based on facts and figures because you are an archaeologist, so you're not just talking from hearsay or from traditional stories handed down from generation to generation. What you've shared with us is absolute factual historical information. Shukran for that, and I'm so glad that you were able to give your perspective on this issue, and we hope and pray that this reaches the PA and Gayton McKenzie and all other people who have a very distorted view on the visiting times to Al-Aqsa Mosque. You go well, always in our du'as. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum assalam.
It's exactly 9 o'clock. In a minute or two, we're going straight into the news with our correspondent, Zayyad.